So welcome, welcome. There I can see participants climbing the numbers. That's cool. Welcome, everybody. That's very neat. All right. So we'll just give some people just like a minute or two to hop on, and we'll begin the meeting with introductions. And see, there's, oh yes, Camilla's. So perfect. Let's see. Well, welcome everyone to our PTO meeting, our first PTO meeting for the 2021 year. So I'm Jamie Swick, I'm the PTO president. Welcome everybody. I know people are still logging in, so we're just going to go through and we'll just kind of go through and do introductions, introduce ourselves, our positions. We do have some admin on, and then also our teacher liaison on as well, our teacher representative. So and Miss Camilla is on, but her mic does not work, so I will introduce her. She is the gal at the front office, and she is amazing and wonderful. So thank you for everything you do. And then Stephanie, go ahead.
Oh, I'm Stephanie Nazaro. I am the vice president this year.
Next.
Me? I'm next.
Sure.
Mrs. Donaldson, principal.
I am Marjorie Hickernell. I am the PTO treasurer this year.
I am Carrie Johnson. I am the communicator.
I'm Blair McCrae. I'm the co-treasurer.
And I'm Jessica Nunes. I'm the events coordinator.
I'm Karen Salter, the teacher liaison.
Great. I think we have everybody. So thank you and welcome. I believe our participants there, we have about 34 right now, so that's great. So well, this year will definitely be new and exciting and different, definitely different from everything, but we definitely wanted to make sure you guys all know that we're here to support you, the school, the staff, the teachers, and the students. And really, we are all volunteers on the PTO, and we can't do this by ourselves. So I will toss, we all need volunteers, and we'll go over events, and I can quickly, I'll let Ms. Donaldson give her welcome, and then I'll go into our agenda for the meeting.
Well, I was so happy when somebody said the two numbers 21. Yeah, 2021, which means we'll survive all of this. All of this is new to all of us. It's been a learning curve that's been, bent to its very extreme, but we have a lot of people supporting us in place. We even had a parent who has 2 kids here who works for Microsoft, and he came on Wednesday, and he gave us a few hours of his time. And the teachers really, they took advantage of asking questions with the Microsoft Teams, because everybody was really we are still learning that whole platform, because we're not virtual teachers, we are brick and mortar teachers. So he was really helpful, and he's still available to us anytime teachers have questions. So that's been a huge asset for us. As you all know, we have been shifting from platform to platform. Salter can probably tell you that we have gone from BBB to Zoom to whatever else out there people think is fun. But the district did not support all of them, or, however, or they weren't secure, and you had all kind of freaky stuff happening, people walking by in the middle of you trying to teach. So they had to really secure that. But, people trying to learn those platforms they're great teachers, but I'm not a techie. Like I told people, I just got rid of my BlackBerry in 2012, a BlackBerry. It was this small, and I could still read it and type on it. So I'm learning a lot too. I'm one of those old Scoobies. So, I just, commend the teachers, because I had a meeting the other day with Microsoft and everybody disappeared on the screen. So if that would have been my classroom, my whole class would have disappeared at one time. And I wouldn't have known how to get them back because I would have been at home. So I commend teachers for going through that process, and I think parents for really being patient, because with our large population, we have not gotten a lot of criticism and negative. Of course, there's going to be one or two in the group, that's expected because we are a large community. But overall, I've seen Facebook has been all positive with all of the things that we're trying to do, because they know that we're not tech teachers. We're not virtual teachers. We're hands-on family type teachers, and we're not used to this virtual thing. So I just want to say thank you guys for all that you've done to support us throughout this whole process. And I'll say that out of all the schools in the district, Kings Crossing was the largest attended school for the days that we had schools that we were at like 850 on the first day. The next day we were at 900. Now so our numbers, some schools were at 125. One school was at 300. So our school was the largest attended school. That means we did a good job with getting the information out, making people feel comfortable with attempting this approach into the 9 days that you can come or you don't have to come, that sort of thing. So I think that we've come together and made things happen that were not even humanly possible, like giving out the devices, and getting them ready the day before, because they were just delivered the day before. And teachers staying until 8 o'clock at night to load them up and make sure they had all of the pieces that go with it. And then staying out in the hot sun on Saturday, which was like blazing hot, when they stayed out there all day long after staying at school late on that Friday. So whatever they give us to do, we will attempt to do it, no matter if it's jumping from one mountain to the next one. It will get done because we have enough support in place to do that. So I just want to say thank you guys for all you do and will continue to do for us to remain successful as a school.
Thank you, Ms. Donaldson. And I also wanted Mr. Peters to come on and say hello. He came on after our introductions, so welcome.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, I was busy setting up the computer and all that because I wanted to do video because my regular computer's closed. So anyways, even though it's really dark in my office, but hello, welcome, and nice to see y'all again.
Great, great. Well, we'll get started. And just so we know, there is in the chat, you can type your questions, or I believe there's also the Q&A. So as we go through, there will be a lot of information presented. We're going to go over the budget and just kind of some positions available, the structure, and calendar of events. And if anybody would like to become a board position, we can have that call for nominations today. And we do need to vote then on the budget as well. So, and I will share my screen in a second. So actually, okay, yeah, let me share my screen. Just give me a second. Okay, and then I meant to say at the end, we'll go over the questions. Okay, so here's just the quick agenda, which I just discussed, and kind of already hit some things off the list. Let me see if I can go to the next slide. And we already did, okay, sorry. There we go. Okay, so these are our board members, which we already went off. We already introduced ourselves. Just to let you guys know, we do have 2 positions available. We have an engagement coordinator, which would oversee our volunteers and our teachers and just getting the engagement and everybody connected together. And then we have our fundraising coordinator, who would help with all different aspects from fundraising to spirit nights. Now, each of these positions would obviously I think could be a 2-person position, or it's just a 1-person position, and then you'd have like a committee underneath you. So you would have people who help you perform and do your things, because with the whole PTO, we are all interconnected, and so we all work together, and all of our positions kind of blend together. So just to kind of go over the executive board, which is the ones we've just gone over, and then you have standing committees that carry out the roles or support the executive board, and those would be like the 5th grade celebration committee and other committees. And then you have each event has a chair or a co-chair, and so these are the people that lead the event. So you have mother and son, we're going to talk about grandparents night. All of our events are going to be virtual. We're going to just, I think just with the climate and how everything's going, we definitely understand the dynamic that's in our community, and but we still want to support each other. We still want to make things fun, and we still want to be there for each other and have a good time. So we're still going to offer events, and we still need people to help us along the way. So we'll go over the events later along with the calendar. And then event committees are people that help your chair. So each grandparents night would have several people help the chairperson. So just in case you guys are unfamiliar with that, and we'll share this later on our website. So we'll link this so that you guys could read it later. And also then any additional volunteers would be needing for like the day of the event. So if you couldn't chair or whatnot. Now, in the past, I know we've had events where a chairperson has not stepped up. And so the board has taken that on. As a board, we work very diligently behind the scenes with so many things. Just within the past several weeks, we've been working nonstop. And so we've been there just to support the staff, get things together, and just setting things up. So it is very difficult for us to also chair an event. So we have discussed where if we do not have a chair for an event, the event can't happen because it is really difficult. We have families and kids at home too. A lot of us are launch ed, and it is, it takes, we can't do everything, really. It's really what it comes down to. And we need your support and your help. So we'll go over which events need chairs so that you guys know what's available. Some people have already stepped up, so that is so wonderful. You can always shoot me an email at kceptopres@gmail.com. And I'm very quick to respond and answer any questions you may have. And then, I don't know if that link is correct or not, but okay. So our mission this year is definitely to unify our families, teachers, and staff to bring everyone together during these challenging times. A PTO thrives best when our families engaged, and we want to make things so fun for our kids and our students and our families. So, like I said, we run on volunteers for everything. So whether you give 100 hours, 10 minutes, every little bit helps. And this year, to start off the year, there will be no volunteers allowed in the school building. But I just want to let you know that does not really make a difference, because all of your work, whether it is from home, out in the community, like we're all volunteering, and most of our work we have done from home, and it's still been able to work. So we can definitely still support the school. We'll be able to drop off, and a lot of our events are pickups, drive-throughs, which we'll go through and talk about that. And I believe now we're gonna jump into the budget before we go into the calendar and different events, so you can kind of see what is there. So Marjorie, I will stop sharing my screen. And mute myself.
All right. Do you see the budget, Jamie?
Yes, I do. Sorry,
Okay.
I muted myself and then.
That's all right. So this is the budget that we have laid out for this school year. I'm going to slide over here so I can get my numbers. Right now, well, as of last night in our PTO bank account, we had $75,843.06. Of that money, we have set aside the money from the fun run last year for the media center furniture. So that's about $29,018. And that leaves us with just about $46,825.06. So if nothing else came out, that's where the PTO would stand for what money that we can help to support the school. The first group of categories here, this is just our planned income, what we think we're going to get. Obviously, this is all just going to change and fluctuate depending on how events go. It's a whole new realm of things. The big one is going to be this booster-thon, which we'll touch on this a little later, but we're looking at it becoming a readathon to be our fundraiser for the fall. And we're hoping to get about $7,500 with it being a virtual event. If you come down here a little bit, you're gonna see a very sad red line item, Snack Shack. Because we are not going to be able to be in the school, we cannot actually do Snack Shack, at least for the fall. So that is just being paused temporarily. Hopefully restrictions will get lifted. We can come back in the spring and bring it all back. Another big one here you're gonna see is just some of our 5th grade donation things that happen. This line, this is actually from line 21 here. This is actually from this past class. We had money come in from them that it didn't get onto the budget from last year. It didn't get closed in the books. So it's gonna show up here. Coming down, we've got a whole bunch of spirit nights. We've got a lot of places in the area, a lot of restaurants that have in the past been able to work with us. So we hope to get a lot more on the books. We do have a Standing Marco's Spirit Night, which is going to happen the second Thursday of every month. So go out and support the school, get pizza. It'll be lots of fun. Moving down to expenses. The big things here you're going to see are, let's see, where are we? We've got, grandparents' night coming up. I know $3,000 is a little high, but we really don't know what it's going to look like, so we're going to go with it. Teacher Appreciation Week. Look, we love our teachers. We love our staff. We can't be with them this year as much as we would like, but we definitely want to be able to spoil them and show them how much that we appreciate them. So that's where those expenses come in. It's just anything that we can do to help the teachers. We have, if we continue down through here, you're gonna see a new line item, yearbook expense. We know yearbooks have been hanging out somewhere. We're probably gonna be shipping a lot of those out when they do come in. So we had to put in a line item for that. Moving down.
Sorry, shipping the ones for out of state people.
Yeah, the out-of-state ones. If you come down here, we have AR. This year we purchased 1,000 licenses for a total of $9,619. Here's that big one that I talked about a little earlier, the furniture for the media center. Now we had a ton of refunds from what happened last year, just the way everything landed. So we have been writing out a lot of checks, just trying to refund people money specifically for the 5th graders, the class from last year. And here's another new line item, Brain Pop and Brain Pop Junior. When we found out that the school did not get that renewed, the PTO got together and we said, we've got to get this for the school, especially with it being us being launched ed at the beginning, and it's a great resource. So after speaking to a lot of teachers, we are in the process of getting that reinstated. It's not there yet, but it is coming. So that was another big purchase that we have made.
Okay, sorry. So
Nope.
I did want to thank you so much, Marjorie. I appreciate all that. Yes, we definitely want to come alongside the school, of course, and help them where they need. Another thing that has come up, which I don't know if we want to definitely approve the budget that we have in place so that those tentative numbers can get, that we can start with that. So, because we always, you know, per our bylaws, it states that we take it to the membership and we vote. And another thing that has come up, which we can definitely add and always take a vote later down the line if something were to come up with reading A to Z. I wanted to get a little bit more information from Ms. Drone, which I haven't been able to get in touch with yet. I don't know how, or maybe Ms. Donaldson or Mr. Peters, do you know how much the school utilizes those over all the grade levels? If this is something we were to purchase for the school. The, you know, Brain Pop was, you know, I think is a great program, and I'm so glad that we bought it for the school. I know all my kids used it last year, and I know the thanks has been coming in from the teachers. And I just wanted to be sure, you know, which grade levels would reading A to Z be used for? Is that, because if we were to buy that for the whole school, I think it's like $7,000. So we definitely want to make sure that it be utilized, but also bring that to a vote if that's something that we want to do, or if we just wanted to purchase for certain grades. Mr. Peters?
You know, with all of this being so new for teachers and them searching for more technology-based programs, you know, we have iReady and all of that. I've been seeing Yay when they found out you guys were getting it for them all throughout the emails. So I really think, you know, they would all benefit from having that extra resource for them. We can do a survey to find out, you know, who would possibly use it. But I think that, you know, that's an added resource, and it's a good resource. It's not like, you know, some of the technology forums that are out there that may not be, you know, geared toward curriculum and academics. It's really, it really has a strong base that I think teachers like. So, you know, I would say it's a good thing to, you know, to have it for all of our teachers. And we can most certainly do a survey to see who is likely to use the program, just so you'll have the information as we move forward. How's that sound?
Sounds good. Great.
Well, and so just to add about Brain Pop, there's some confusion because everyone has access to it already, but we have not paid for it. So we are trying to determine if the county changed their mind or if they activate it on good faith. But because we have not received an invoice.
No, I saw that there were a few teachers that have said they have had access to it, but I don't think it's every teacher at this point.
Okay.
I can speak on that a little bit. Talon's first grade teacher, it shows on her screen when she shares it, but she can't actually access it.
Okay. So Ms. Drone is getting in touch with the county to make sure before we pay for it.
Okay.
But either way, we'll have it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I'm just in talks with, we will come back around to the budget and to vote on that in a minute. Oh, okay. Carrie, did you want to just put it in the chat, or did you want to, what did you want to do? Is that what we want to do then? So,
Yeah, I think we have everybody vote in the chat.
okay.
Yes or no to approve the budget.
Yes, so I vote yes to approve the budget. And just so you guys know, let's see, we do have quorum and a majority. We just need a majority to pass the budget per our bylaws. So if you just wanted to find the chat button, you can say yes, or you could say no. Either one. Maybes would not count. So we'll let those responses come in, and I believe there's about I see 40 participants online. So, all right. And then as you guys are typing in there, we'll just kind of go to Jessica, I believe, or right? Let's see. Or do we want to wait for the votes to come in? It's up to you. I guess we could just go to the events.
Yep. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Understanding that things are going to be virtual, they're going to be different, everything's going to look different. We're going to do some things that we've never done before. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do some things that we've probably done before, but we're all in this together, and we want to make sure that all of our kids have a great year despite the pandemic. We want the year to be known as a fun year and not, the big bummer that, it could be known as. So moving along, we do have the calendar of events. I think, Jamie, you put that on our website, maybe. I can kind of hold up a printout. I know it's not on our screen. That would be.
I can share that for you while you talk
that'd be
about
awesome.
it. Does that sound great?
That would be perfect. Upcoming, we have our Boohoo Breakfast, which is going to be drive-through. So kindergarten parents need to make sure that you're coming out for that. It's going to be this week, so the 20th, between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. That way we can get back and be online for class. And our teachers know to be prepared that we might be running a few minutes late, but definitely come participate in that for the Boohoo Breakfast, the drive-through. And then next month, we're still working some things out with our virtual open house. So we don't have a date yet, but that is something that we're working through. And then of course we've got our Marco Spirit Night. So get your pizza on for the 10th of September. And then Grandparents Night and the book fair, we're working on some dates. But getting back to Grandparents Night, we have a lot of ideas. We're just kind of waiting for a chair to step up so we can kind of work out all the details of that event. So if you are inclined to, help out, definitely reach out to us. We have a lot of things that we're kind of kicking around right now, maybe a cookie decorating kit or virtual bingo or a virtual family game night or virtual paint night, lots of different things that we could do. So we definitely want to get a chair on board as soon as possible so we can start making that happen because we don't want to cancel this event. And then the book fair, we're going to work out a date and get that on our calendar as well.
And so I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. But just with the book fair, Miss Drone is looking to do that online. So just so people know, and we'll kind of follow the lead for the open house with admin. So we'll kind of we'll work in conjunction with them.
Yes, everything being virtual this year, right? We're not for this.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, until we get further clarification or approval, everything will be.
Yeah, virtual or, some things are drive-through like our Boohoo Breakfast. is going to be a drive-through event. But yeah, moving on, in October, we've got another Marco's Spirit Night for pizza and our fun Mother-Son Night. Again, we need a chair for the event to step up so we can get all these details worked out. But same ideas. We have a lot of different things that we want to do for events. We have a lot of different possible events that could really be applied to multiple events. So different themes that could kind of go, to either grandparents night or mother-son or father-daughter. So we really want to start getting some of those themes nailed down. So please, please, please step up. We need our volunteers, especially this year, because we can't do it all on our own, but we really want our kids to remember 2020 as being a great year. But we do have another PTO meeting coming up on October 20th. Again, it's going to be virtual. And then we have our boograms, which will be drive-through pickups. And Jamie, I think we have a chair for this, right?
Yes, Kimberly, she stepped up to do boograms. So thank you so much, Kimberly. I don't know if she was able to make it, but she did reach out and say she wanted to do that. We might also have a box top chair. We're still working that out. We'll get to who's available after we go through the event, so you guys can kind of see what is happening on the calendar. So I'll let Jessica finish.
Okay, so rather than going through all the individual dates for some of these events that are further out, I'm just going to talk about the events. But our fundraiser, we were really thinking about a readathon, which is really exciting. And considering that we might be adding on reading A to Z, I think that would be an awesome resource to add on, especially if we're doing a readathon. And I know my kids personally are big readers, and they're already really excited about the possibility of the readathon. So I think it's great. A lot of good fun ideas going around for that. So that's just something that we are discussing. So the fundraising would start early on in the month, and then the actual booster-thon, possibly a readathon, would be November 13th. Then December brings our party in the park, another spirit night, and our book fair, 5th grade book fair. Again, these are all virtual for the rest of this calendar year. And then 2021, we will just see what that brings. Surprise, we'll see. But we'll have another PTO meeting in January 2021, maybe virtual, maybe face-to-face, who knows. We'll have a spirit night with Marco's, February, Marco's Spirit Night. We'll do the heartgrams. This might be a drive-through pickup again. We're just gonna have to kind of play that by ear. The father-daughter dance, kind of too far out there to really know what the world's gonna be like. But lots of ideas. Again, this is something else that we will need a chair to step up and help us with the planning. But we do have some ideas floating around, and we'll hopefully bring back Snack Shack in 2021. Fingers crossed. Or the Fun Shack. I think we've changed the name to Fun Shack. But we'll be bringing all that stuff back online, hopefully face-to-face in the new year. April, we'll be doing Party in the Park. We'll have another PTO meeting and an election of new board members. And then, of course, our monthly Snack Shack. And then May, Teacher Appreciation Week. This is always a big, big thing. And this is where we're going to need that other board member that we're waiting on for. We're waiting for that spot to be filled. So that's a big one for one of our vacant positions. And the 5th grade celebration and the book fair, those are all happening in May, hopefully face to face. So other possible events that we might be having, we're talking about some ESE friendly events, right? But this kind of just came into play. So I'm not sure, Jamie, if you want to.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Yes. So we'll, yeah, so there's other events that we could possibly do. I think at this point, most of our events right now would be ESE friendly, but we definitely want to keep that open. And hopefully one of the ESE parents has reached out to me saying she would definitely, or would share, but that was before a lot of things happened. So I need to reconfirm with her and see how things would go. And so I did want to touch base on a couple things, circle back around. I have another screen offered here. Oh yes, so just so you guys know, for the readathon, that would be like our big fundraiser. So I think in our budget, we've only said so much money. I think we were looking to do 7,500 if that's, you know, virtual, because we don't really know how things are going to go. So, and we definitely want to team up with Miss Joan, and we could also, you know, incorporate Sunshine State books into there and get these kids reading, and also, you know, make it fun for the kids. And so we'll probably also look at a spring fundraiser, you know, depending upon how things look. We just have to kind of play things by ear. And we'll just, I know we did a survey last year, you guys would like more ample notice on things, and we're going to do our best. But sometimes, just with how things are, things change so quickly, and we just have to go with it. So if you guys could just be patient with us and know that we are definitely doing our best and trying to get all the information out to you as quickly as possible. That's why you need to be on our website. And I'm going to put in, or Carrie, could you put in the link for the sign up for the chairs into the chat box? Could you do that for me, Carrie? And this is a form. I don't want to forget anything. Let me see. Oh, in spirit, here, let me just share my screen so you guys can see it all. Okay. So sorry, this is the, all right. So before we get to this, I do want to see if anybody is wanting or willing to step up to be a engagement coordinator or a fundraising coordinator who would have a position on the board, and you would just help with the day-to-day activities, and we would then, you know, incorporate our events. We'd all be working together. So if you guys, pardon me, maybe put it in the question and answer box. I'm not seeing anything in the question answer box. But if you want to put, if you would like to step up to do that, and there is a little bit of background, you do have to be additions approved. I don't even know if the site is up yet. So there is a little extra step to get you approved to do that. Even after we were to vote on that. I don't see anything in the question and answer box. If anybody sees anything in the panelists, let me know. Sorry, do you see all of that? Or okay, so here's the activities that we need a chair for. I think birthday book club and Graham's, birthday book club, we would, I think it's still a possibility where we could do that, but it's definitely gonna have to be reimagined and rethought of. So just like how we're doing with all of our other events, everything just has to be rethought of. And when we do grandparents night, just to kind of, I know Jessica touched on it, you know, we talked about a cookie decorating, or, I mean, these are just some of the virtual events, nothing is set in stone, or a painting activity, or a bingo night or something where we could do, we might have kits available for purchase. We would do like a little pickup in the bus loop, and then have an online virtual event where we would do, if we did a painting one for either mother or son or grandparents night, we would have someone show us how to paint, and the kits would be pickups. So kits, the painting kits. So we would have those available for pickup. You go to your home and you paint with your student or whoever were to do that with grandparents with their student or whatnot. We're still tossing around ideas, but we would really like to get a chair for these events. And Party in the Park, we've talked about a drive-through. Now this is for December, Party in the Park. So where we could watch a movie, you would kind of come into that backfield and park your car. You'd stay in your car. You'd watch the movie. I mean, the logistics obviously need to be still figured out, but these are just kind of some of the things. For 5th grade celebration, I need to reiterate that we need a chair. Even though it's at the end of the year, we do need a chair for that. And it's definitely could be 2 co-chairs because this event, even though it's at the end, it's continuously planning through all of the year. You fundraise for the 5th grade with the book, I'm sorry, I'm having a blank, with the book fair. And you do that along the way and you work with the committee. So even in the 5th grade celebration, it's almost like a mini PTO, and that is made up of 5th grade parents. So you have to be a 5th grade parent to be on, to be a chair. And they just kind of plan that event for their kids. And really down the line, you just adjust to kind of what is happening at the time within our community, what we're allowed to do at the school, those kinds of things. So we can definitely make it fun for our kids. And that's really what we want to do. And we want to support the school too. So Spirit Wear, we do have Jen Dixon doing that. I would almost think she might need a co-chair because everything is, you know, pick up or we're working on getting it delivered to you. But we do have Spirit Wear that we have on hand and which we're going to remove from the office, so to make that available to everybody to purchase. And we'll run a sale on our existing Spirit Wear and on our new Spirit Wear once we get that worked out. So if you would like to do a chair on that, I'm not sure if it is in the Google form that I put up there, but for sure, definitely email me. If someone could also put my email in there so you guys know. Spirit nights, we have so many we only have Marcos set up right now, but we would really like to work with, get BurgerFi in there, and there's so many other places I know that you guys love, or we've talked about up at, you know, just around the area where we can just, you know, a lot of people eat out or, you know, eat in, but take out. And so there's still options there, and just a little bit here and there helps out a lot. And so with the box tops too, and really, if there's something that you're interested in, really step up and say, hey, I'd like to do this. And I think we will totally work with you, because we love, if you're passionate about something, I think that's really what matters. And we all want to be there for our kids and making this fun year for them. So I think that's the link. Oh yeah, so that's you could also, oh, you can't copy that, but I could copy that. This is the form. Oops. So, you know, adaptations can be done to all of our events. So we're still going to have events. We're just going to adapt them to make them to fit our needs. So, and we're here to support you and the KCE community. And so please sign up. We need your help. And now I really would like to open it up for questions. So thank you guys so much for coming. And, oh, I forgot to talk about the budget. I'm sorry. We did get a majority on that. Right? Did we get a majority on that, Carrie? I thought there was 21 to vote yes. If you have not voted, vote in the chat box, because I think we were maybe 1 vote shy of a majority vote.
1 vote.
So we just need 1 more vote to include.
And we have it.
Oh, thank you. All right. Okay, good. Look. Okay. So, all right. So, okay. So David has that. I'm sorry. I'll just, I got a 5th grade celebration Perfect. Lacey, I'll reach out to you. Could you send me your email? Or I will. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay. Perfect. So, and then, so David asked, why are we still focusing on so many events? So that is a good question. Now, I think we don't necessarily have a lot of events, but I still see how you do see we have a lot of events. I think it's still fun to do these kinds of things for the kids. Obviously, if we don't get a chair, that can settle the question and we just won't have the event. So the events do kind of raise money for the school, and we give back to the school for the readathon. I definitely want to be sensitive to, you know, I know it's hard in so many ways. You know, lots of people are still furloughed and some people don't have jobs, and it's really difficult, I think, in this time. And so I definitely want to be sensitive to that, but there are still people out there who want to do things. So we definitely want to be there for everyone. Does anybody else want to say anything? Or
Well, let me just say, yeah, for me, it's not about raising. It's not about the money. I think that it goes to the heart of us keeping connected and trying to feel as normal as possible throughout all of the changes that are disrupting and isolating us from each other. I think that, you know, we need to hold on to every fiber of normalness as possible, so we don't lose ourselves in this isolation, because we were a fun-loving group of family. I would just say that we did a lot of things for the kids, and yeah, we were raising money, but a lot of it was about the family part. And I just don't want to lose that and us go into isolation totally from each other and forget about the fun stuff, because it's not really about doing the launch yet or the face-to-face, you know, all the time. We need to feel normal, and we need to feel like, you know, we care about each other, we love each other, and all of that good stuff. So I think it just puts smile back into Keens that we need to hold on to as much as we can. So even if we don't raise $1, I think it's important for us to keep our connections to each other, so we don't lose it because of the isolation of COVID.
I
I
think
agree.
in our
Ms.
budget, we might have kind of washed out the income and the expense. If I'm remembering correctly, we may have had a $3,000 expense for grandparents' night and a $3,000 income.
Yes.
So it really wasn't about the raising money for the school. But again, to reiterate what Ms. Donaldson was just saying, was just to bring about some normalcy in this like strange time that we're in right now. And when I look at our list of events and activities from your slide earlier, I know there's a lot on here, but what I'm seeing are a lot of activities and not so much the events. So it probably does look a little overwhelming to someone from the outside, you know, maybe. But I'm thinking of a lot of things like, you know, rock painting, things that are going to be done within the school day, and you know, scavenger hunts, and you know, maybe even some like some grade level, you know, virtual bingo, or you know, something like that the kids can do just to get involved with each other and get interactive without being, you know, so they're not completely isolated like they are right now. So just something to bring everybody together. But it does look, you know, maybe a little overwhelming when you see a big list, but it's not all about events that the parents necessarily need to, get involved with. So we certainly don't want to overwhelm everyone because there's enough of that in the world right now.
So when you look at the spirit nights, for example, they're free will, you know, you just go to the restaurant. You want to explain that also to them?
Yes, of course. Yes. So the spirit nights are just a way to kind of, you know, here, if you want to go to Marco's Pizza, like we did last Thursday, and grab a pizza, you might see some of your classmates going in and out, or, you know, and it's really, it's not mandatory. None of these things are mandatory in any way. And we just want to be there to kind of give something to our students too. I know that, you know, a lot of our students like to go eat at Marco's, and, you know, maybe this gives their parents a reason to go. And Carrie or Stephanie, did you chime in?
Well, on top of that, it's not just about raising money for the school. We're also helping our community. We are going to local restaurants and we are promoting them. And, you know, if you're new to the area, you may not know where some of the best places to eat are. So it's helping to build that community outside of the school, not just within our little four walls.
Yes, and some of these local pickups that we're doing, we're looking at that exact thing. Someone local in our community, and that we can partner with and help them as well. So if there's something that you do and you're like, hey, I would love to do a spirit night with my business or whatever, we definitely can look at that so that we can also support our families too that have, you know, a business inside, you know. And I know that it's a little bit complex and whatnot, but we want to, you know, be there to support, you know, each other, and also, you know, see each other in the community is kind of nice. And kind of like what Miss Donaldson said, it's like, you know, that you're not alone when you're doing things together. Even though you're not together, we are still together in this. We are still together apart, but we're better, always better together. All right. I think we have another. Oh, yes. David says that all makes sense. Thank you, Ms. Donaldson and Jamie. So, yes, and I apologize. I know that it's not just all about fundraising, and I do want to make it fun for the kids, the parents, the grandparents, and the community so that we can walk alongside each other, bring each other along. You know, it's hard to see when we lose a local business. So if there's any way we can support and uplift each other, you know, definitely want to do that. And I just want to also let families know there's an angel program. I think it's called an angel program or a Google Caring program, that you reach out to your school and reach out to Miss Fernandez, our school counselor. And if there's a need, we definitely want to support our families because we don't want anyone to fall through the cracks. So we want to be there for each other. And I know sometimes pride gets in the way, but you can do that completely anonymous. We don't even know who gets it, and that's that. So just to make sure families know that that is available. All right. Oh, yes, we can do a link about, I would like to do a Facebook post about sharing your business. I think we could do that. Does anybody have any other questions? I don't, if someone was scanning the chat, I didn't see it all, but if you have questions, you can put it in the Q&A and we'll get to that. Otherwise, we're pretty much, I know some of you, we moved our time so that we could dismiss before the school board meets. And you can go right into that. So lots of meetings. So otherwise, thank you so much. And in case I didn't mention it, we did pass with a majority of vote for the budget. And that just gives us, you know, permission to go along. So please fill out that survey, the Google form, if you would like to sign up to be a chair. We definitely want to have fun things for the students and, you know, make it fun. And I think something I wanted to touch on was, you know, this is, you know, let's make our new normal great. You know, this is, you know, we don't know how long we'll be living like this. So we definitely want to, you know, not just shudder in, and definitely bring lift each other up in positivity, and we'll work with the school and all that we can do. So, well, that is all I have. If anybody else wants to speak up, I will stop talking. But otherwise, I think we're good. Thank you guys. Thank you, panelists. Thank you everyone for attending. And the next meeting, we'll load this up. The next meeting is October 20th. So, all right. Well, check us out on Facebook.
Thank you.
Bye.